By now, most of you have seen the zero point 0.3 announcement, and honestly, it looks amazing. But as excited as I am, I do have a couple concerns I want to talk through. But of course, these are just my thoughts, and I'd also like to hear yours too, so make sure you drop a comment down below. GGG hosted their showcase yesterday for the zero point 0.3 update, and it's big, really big. The amount they've managed to deliver in just a few months while still developing Path of Exile 1 is honestly insane. We're getting Act 4 plus 3 interlude acts. That's 35 new areas and 24 new bosses. The best part? Cruel acts are gone. That's a straight up W. Class passive and tree rebalancing. I haven't played every class yet, so I can't comment on every detail, but buffing underperforming classes is always welcome. The passive tree changes brings 150 new notables, and there's also 12 new skills are going to hopefully open up broken fun interactions. That's what's been missing for me in Path of Exile 2 so far. Funky mechanics that collide in crazy ways and create builds worth logging in for. Another W. Support gem system. This might be the biggest win of the patch. Being able to use multiple copies of the same support gem is massive, and on top of that, the new lineage support gems sound like they'll push creativity even further. W. Trade system. This is the big one. The new trade system will definitely reduce friction and wasted time. Seeing people pop in and out of your hideout randomly could bring with it some funny or maybe annoying interactions. Personally, I'll probably just dump everything into tabs at the end of the night, list it all at once, and watch the chaos unfold. But here's my concern. Stash tab conversion. I own around 15 premium tabs. Not all are trade tabs. A lot are storage at league start. But later I open them up for sales. If I convert them all permanently, I lose that storage. If I only convert a few, I likely run short mid-league, and since it seems like once you convert there's no going back, that puts me in a tough spot. It could also cause problems if I hop back into Path of Exile 1 between leagues. So yes, asynchronous trade is a massive W and long overdue, but the stash tab system needs to be thought through better. And long term, I would also like to not have to hop hideouts every time, and I would love to see the trade site directly integrated in game. Sprinting. This one I might catch some flack for. I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know how it feels, but right now it seems like a band-aid fix for a bigger problem. GGG clearly wants to slow us down, that is no secret. And yes, the game looks better at that pace. But after watching the live stream, I logged back into Path of Exile 2, and coming from Path of Exile 1, it felt excruciating, like wading through mud, where every attack felt like it took 2 business days to land. I get slowing things down for more engaging combat, but by the end, when I've invested into my build, I want to feel like I've left that mud far behind. For me, this is an L. In-game maps and encounters, more variety and scenery changes are welcome, but I still don't enjoy the in-game system. There's too much going on, no clear path forward, and eventually I lose track of what I was doing and I quit the league. Delve, which is where the mapping system idea originated from, is a far better system because it is simple. Just go down. You'd get distracted by juicy nodes, but you always knew your main goal. It was clearer, more focused, and easier to follow visually. Maybe even just being able to toggle the map between 2D and 3D would help for players like me. This one is a meh. Crafting changes. Essence, big W. I just hope farming them becomes more consistent. In Dawn of the Hunt, it didn't feel worth it, since essences didn't always appear, even when fully investing crucial limited Atlas points into the mechanic. Still, I'll give this another shot this league. High tier currency. Good for crafting, sure, but it adds bloat. Now we're going to have 3 versions of some currency, and even if the low tier ones don't drop in in-game, they'll still clog stash tabs. For players without the currency tab, this just feels bad. L. Omens. Omens could be good, but tying them to ritual, a mechanic I personally dislike, just drags it down. Being locked in the death circle just doesn't feel great. But I get it. Big danger could equal big rewards. This one gets a meh. So overall, Essence is a W, Currency is a L, and Omens meh. Abyss Rework. I actually like where this is going. Having monsters and maps tie into the Abyss feels cool. And the new crafting option it introduces are definitely welcome. That said, my concern is longevity. If Abyss and maps are our only big additions to Endgame this patch, it could get stale pretty quickly. Still, with all the build variety from class and gem changes, I expect to be running the campaign a lot more this league anyway. Game performance. For me and for many others, performance during Dawn of the Hunt was probably the worst I've ever experienced in Path of Exile history. That said, during the Q&A with Ziggy D, the devs mentioned we should see big improvements this league, thanks to engine upgrades and foundational changes that also paved the way for better performance in the future. If that actually delivers, this jumps to my top spot for the biggest W in terms of overall health of the game. So let's wrap this up with a TLDR. Good, we have new acts, interludes, class rebalance, support gem changes, trade, essence, and game performance. Bad, we have sprinting and currency bloat. And the meh, we have the map, encounters, and omens. But again, these are just my opinions. So what's yours?